What's the topic?
The topic is whatever you want to talk about.
It's a good topic.
Connor, you got any topics?
Huh?
How loud do I need to talk in order?
That's probably okay.
Okay.
Well,
So
the
just like a
microphone's
little,
facing me.
like a little bit.
No, it's
louder
360.
than Conversational.
This is your mic.
Yeah, but it usually here's there we go.
You think we should make it like that? Okay.
Yeah.
So like a little bit louder than conversational.
It should be okay. I guess I could have tested the audio quality, but I'm assuming it's fine.
Okay.
We've been in much worse audio situations. Hey guys, this is the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
And someone else?
And me, someone else.
That actually wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad.
That
Some
was
people
that
got
was
much
good.
worse. Yeah, so Blake's not here this week. We have Connor back, which is a little ironic because Blake replaced Connor. I know Connor's
Replacing Blake.
replacing Blake.
Yeah.
It's full
First season.
circle. We have someone who's been begging to come on the podcast. I mean, for like a year and a half now, right?
Begging is an interesting word.
Requesting
Still
in a strong fashion.
Okay. I mean, I'm here. You asked me. You texted me.
Yeah, I
asked
figured
me
you
to be
would
here.
come on. Did you actually want to, guzzle down beverages?
Honestly, yeah. If this was like in your apartment
middle
or
of my
whatever,
apartment?
I definitely would have
You're 21, right?
drinking a little bit. And
You actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
the end of the podcast would have been more interesting.
Why do
So we
we do
could've
that?
done that.
Why do we never do that?
You should always do that.
I figured this was easier. So we have been in the past few times, and Connor knows because he's been listening to the podcast. We've been booking in the library because it's easier for Blake. We also have a nice little mini studio that we can record in the library. We're recording here because I don't know, the library seemed too far, and I already had this room booked.
It's literally the next building over.
You got to go up the stairs though.
You could take the elevator in this building.
But you only get so high. It's not connected yet.
Oh, that's right, because they're constructing it.
Yeah, you have to go out and go off of the stairs. And then also the room would have been on the 6th floor, so we'd have to take the elevator up then. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of vertical distance we'd have to cover. But I chose this. We could do it in my apartment, but then we'd have to walk back, and I didn't know if that was too difficult for you. I didn't know where your. Do you bike still?
Yeah, I do.
Where's your bike?
It's by the Mason building, because there's covered bike parking there.
That's the closest.
It's the closest to my building.
Okay.
Which is, I work in the Love building.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, especially with the rain yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I can bike in the rain, that's fine. I just don't want my bike sitting in the rain all day, because then seat's wet at the end of the day, the chain rusts a lot faster, brakes don't work as well. Just less wear and tear.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so that's why we're in this room. Next time you come on, we can drink. Although Blake's like 18, so. Yeah.
Whatever, dude. He can drink water. That's
can
what I've
drink
been
water.
talking about.
He can
This
drink
whole
water.
time.
Yeah, he can drink water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we can do it. We've been talking about like a drunk episode. I think Nadia's one to do that.
Who's Nadia?
She's someone else who comes on the podcast. You would know because you're also a listener.
Right, because I
you're a regular
listen to the
listener.
podcast extensively.
Do you actually use Podcast Addict?
I do.
Is it on there? Did you check?
I have not checked.
I sent this to you
You want me to
7
check
months
right
ago.
now?
Yeah, check right now, Connor.
Huh?
Talk about something.
Great weather we're having.
Today, yesterday
Yeah.
was garbage.
Yesterday was super rainy. It was a beautiful day today.
Mm-hmm.
Out in my shorts and
What's
t-shirt.
this called?
It's called the Experience Podcast. I sent you. Oh no, I didn't send the link because I don't know how to access Podcast Addict. I didn't want to get the app. Yeah, it's a whole thing. What's up, Connor? So how's your homework doing?
It would be in completion right now.
Did you like the big scoop that I sent you with the?
That was a very helpful big scoop. How'd
Yeah.
you get that?
They sent it to all the grad students because they have to sign TAs. So essentially, I got the schedule. I don't know if Jason gets this too. I got the schedule of which professors were teaching which courses for CHBE for the next few semesters.
No, Emmy does not.
So that way you could sign up as a TA, like, oh, I can TA in the spring with this professor or whatever.
I'm definitely not seeing it on Podcast Addict.
Yeah, it's definitely there.
I mean, okay, I'm going to try a different search.
The thing is, though, Connor, you don't really have a lot of choices with the professors.
Yeah,
So
like, at
it's
this
not even like
point,
you can do anything
in
about
chem,
it.
yeah, in chemistry it really doesn't matter except for maybe like other classes, but yeah.
For a lot of electives, like Ragmanis, I think is retiring. Is what
Is
I
he
heard.
really?
I
Is that it?
heard she's retiring. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So you can click subscribe there, right? Yep, there you go.
Now I'm subscribed.
Big subscriber over here. And you've been talking about, so what kind of, and you already heard the pre-roll ad, you've been talking about adding your own ad, is that correct?
Yeah.
A personal ad.
Yeah.
What kind of ad is that?
I don't know. I just
You
feel like
looking
it'd
for
be,
love, or you?
No, it'd just be fun to make you read something that I write.
I would totally read whatever you wrote too.
Whatever I wrote.
You know I would do that.
Interesting.
Within most reason, obviously.
I mean, now you're adding qualifiers.
Okay, I'll read anything. I'll Blake read it. That's fine.
Yeah, Blake, read it.
Yeah, Blake read it.
I don't know Blake though. I feel like that'd be
Okay, then
neat.
I'll read it.
I know a Blake.
Anyway, anyone else that's looking to sponsor the show, you can go to anchor.fm/experience. You can sign up for the tiers. Connor, we also have a Patreon that Connor still runs, even though he doesn't come on the show. He still does sort of the Patreon stuff.
He gets the money despite not.
No, he
being-
doesn't
I
get the
don't
money.
get the money.
He handles the money.
I'm the middleman that doesn't get a check from it.
Yeah, we do not pay him anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we never paid him, but
The-
we still don't pay. Actually, I think your credit card's still on the,
Yeah, somewhere.
or debit card's.
Is it, huh?
Yeah, probably. Is
Yeah,
that
probably.
I had to remove it and then add mine or something.
That's not good.
I
'Cause
learned-
we're probably gonna, if we get, we're close to getting enough money to buy some new stuff. What's up?
I learned what the difference between when you select pay with credit and pay with debit at the cashier. I learned what that difference is.
So first of all, you're never supposed to use your debit card, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Because that's like,
'Cause
there's
it-
no reason to. use
Yeah,
your
but
credit card.
basically, when you pay with the debit card, like you go to the store, you put in your debit card, and it's like, do you want to pay with credit or with debit? It's like, well, this is a debit card, I'm gonna hit debit. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Don't do that because what
You have to-
it's doing is it's essentially acting as an ATM withdrawal for the exact amount that the thing costs. Whereas when you pay with credit, it's going through Visa or MasterCard or whoever is the credit agency that works with your bank. And through that, you have all the protections through the bank, plus all the protections through the credit card agency for consumer protections and whatnot. I never.
You also don't have to put your PIN in.
Right.
That's
That's
the
the
big
big
thing.
What's your
Much
PIN?
easier.
Oh, it's all like nines,
How many nines?
like 12 nines. I don't know how they let me do that.
Let's just talk about our favorite personal numbers. Just don't say what the number is, but just like say your social security number and your birthday, your credit card numbers, and just at random times throughout the podcast, and let people piece it together to figure
It's
out
like a
who
puzzle.
you truly-
It's like a puzzle
It's an
for-
audio puzzle. That's
Yeah.
the new direction for your podcast.
It's a
Audio
puzzle. So
puzzles.
the people have to figure it out, and then they can steal all our money at the end.
Yeah. Well, you
That's
can't.
If they figured it, maybe
They figure it
did
out.
through multiple episodes too.
Oh
To
yeah, make
actually
them
get
keep
it.
coming back.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's smart. That's the businessman right there talking.
See,
But you're also not supposed to use your debit card at all, really, for purchases, right?
I don't. I
I
never
don't.
use it.
I get 1% back with my.
Like you're better off going through the credit card, anyway, for the same reasons you talked about, because you
Yeah.
have the middleman.
As long as you pay off all your credit card debt, yeah.
Yeah, Connor is one.
Don't not pay off.
You're supposed to pay the minimum, right? That way, once you start making money, technically that money's worth less. So then you can just pay it off all that.
He's really doing some engineering economics over
So,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys taken that class yet?
It's lumped into our other classes.
It's like a separate class for us.
Yeah, I know it should be, but it's not.
How much do you talk about on the podcast the school stuff?
Hit or miss, depending
Hit or
on
miss.
who we have on and that sort of stuff.
Gotcha. I don't know if you were trying to just be like very worldly, like.
I'd like it to be more general, but people sometimes that's what they want to talk about.
Okay. Weren't we supposed to do like a 15-second pause?
We did. Do you not remember?
That's
When we were quietly discussing that he just started it without us knowing.
Yeah, they'll cut. No one will ever hear that.
But okay. I missed that.
You missed it because you were so perplexed by the opening part of the podcast that you completely missed it.
Oh, I got it now. Okay.
There's nothing really to get. That's just
Well,
what happened.
I thought like
It's
when
not, we're not even doing a bit right now.
when you
This is-
meant like, or when you said cold opening, I thought we were gonna do like a bit, and then we would do the 15-second.
We kind of did that. I mean,
That wasn't a very good bit.
I didn't say it was good.
I was
one ever-
confused. I didn't know what to say. You didn't prime me.
No one's ever used the word good in this podcast in the same sentence.
What about it's not very good?
I mean, without the word not thrown in the middle.
Yeah, I've never heard it before.
Yeah. So Connor, go through the Patreon tiers because again, he runs the Patreon still.
Well, yeah, now we've set them down because since I've been running it,
Mhm.
I just limited to one Patreon tier. Now we only have copper.
We only have the copper
Yeah,
tier.
so we used to have what bronze, gold, and platinum.
Yeah.
And those weren't getting too much.
A short-lived silver.
Short-lived silver.
Tier, but just not enough people were going for the silver
So now
tier.
we've set down to copper.
Problem was there was no benefit, obviously, from bronze to silver, but you paid more. So
Yeah.
people had no incentive to pay more.
Except for
if
the
they were-
color. The color
Except
was
for the
there.
color, if people love silver.
Yeah.
But essentially now we're only on copper tier, is that correct?
There's no benefit to getting the copper
And
tier.
there's no benefit.
Yeah, because I also could manage the whole spreadsheet of what people got from benefits.
Yeah.
The copper tier is you just get access.
It
You,
was-
you get the list of every website the podcast appears on.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
every month it's the same list over and over
It's,
again.
we call it the podcast newsletter. We know how much people love newsletters, so we just send that out. You get the Excel sheet. The problem is half the time it's encrypted and you can't open the Excel sheet.
I send the
anyway.
wrong file.
Yeah.
Send my homework.
Sometimes
once.
you send your homework,
Yeah.
yeah, which is an issue,
It's
a
not
bit of an
good.
issue. We had to work on the.
Yeah.
So there's a single tier with like no benefits to it.
There is. We talked about the one benefit is you get the Excel sheet with the links.
Should just do a PDF.
We should probably just do a
100%.
PDF for that. Would
Yeah.
make a little more sense. Doing it on spreadsheets doesn't make
Yeah, I typed it in MATLAB at first. That made no sense. Some people don't even have MATLAB.
Yeah,
They just download like a random.
yeah. You just send like a MATLAB file.
No.
But okay, we can brainstorm some other tier prizes if you'd like.
Problem is we don't have anyone that wants to even join the copper tier. Or
Well,
any
that's
tier.
because your prizes are not very good.
Because there's no prize.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
you-
Well, what
said
would
it.
you want? So, as again a big supporter of the podcast,
Mhm.
who's looking into joining corporately,
Right.
what would you think people would?
Well, I guess
Be interested.
what's your demographic? Who listens to this?
people.
People.
Oh,
We
so-
do have one, I think, 8-year-old now.
We have an 8.
Used to be 7-year-old.
Yeah. They're up to 8 now. That was 2 years ago. They were 6 years
Yeah.
old, but now they're up to 8.
But is it mostly college age students? At
Yeah, I would say
Georgia
the
Tech?
18 to 49 demographic is pretty high.
Okay.
Um,
Male female distribution? Do you have?
We're not allowed to disclose that information. We don't
Okay.
want to, come off wrong. It's 2020. You're not allowed to say stuff like that.
What about the geographical location of these people? Is
I
it-
can actually exactly tell you what the geographical distribution is.
Is it like mostly in Atlanta?
It's mostly in Atlanta, but we have people from international that listen. We have people from around the country.
Okay. So, because one gift idea, this would only apply to people that you know personally, would be like a monthly high five.
Hmm.
Where
See, I don't know like, in the cost. You didn't consider the economics of this.
of
We may not make that money back. Do you see the problem here with the high five? Connor, you're nodding because you understand what I'm saying.
Well, because I always think just the Rocks box was one of our best ideas.
So we sent out a rock. So yeah, go through the rocks box. It
Well,
was
I don't
just-
remember what the Rocks box. I just remember it was a good idea. I don't remember why.
Yeah. So in the I think it was the gold tier,
Mm-hmm.
which again I don't remember the pricing. The last time we had it, the pricing was what $79.99 a month.
Adjusted for inflation.
$79.99 a month again, just for inflation. Because this was a long time ago, about like 7 or 8 months ago. We sent out a big box, not really a big box. I would say like shoebox size. Usually cardboard box. It's like a recycled box. It's not even a new box. So we just pick up. Usually Connor would go to a local dumpster. That's where he usually gets his morning coffee anyway. So he would go to the dumpster, get a box, and then kind of what's the word? Rummage around for some rocks that are in the area. Usually near the dumpster. Again, that's where he hangs out in the mornings. Put them in the box. And then we would send it to, we'd do a random raffle and send that to someone, one of the listeners. In the gold tier, like I said, again, that's $79.99 a month. You would have a chance to win the Rocks box.
Okay. That's good. I like that.
So that's something that we've sent out in the past.
But you don't. Why don't you do it anymore?
Again, the economics, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time for Connor.
Yeah.
We'll get Blake to do it.
Blake could do it, but he usually does not spend his
Well,
mornings
yeah, Blake
around
doesn't
the
like
dumpster.
the dumpster I went to. Dumpster I went to had a lot of rocks. He
It
goes
did,
to a
yeah.
different
And we've
dumpster
also,
now.
the supply of the rocks.
Yeah.
We're running out, so we may need to, backtrack and collect the rocks that we've already sent out so we can resend them and redistribute them. There's a limited supply of rocks.
Well, at some point, you just need to put a cardboard box around the Earth and send that, because that's the biggest rock.
We
Yeah,
didn't
well, that's
consider
a
that.
pretty big rock.
Yeah.
I don't know how you send it to itself, because presumably the place you'd send it to would be on Earth. So you'd need to somehow package Earth to send to a smaller place on Earth. That might be hard. I know you guys are engineers, so you should be able to
We're not
figure
that kind
out.
of engineer, though. It's
What engineer are you?
one that doesn't really deal with rocks. Is rocks or
Rocks.
box? Yeah, boxes, rocks, not really. Don't really come up.
To foxes?
Surprisingly, more than rocks and boxes.
With socks. Soxes.
Soxes?
Yeah.
Box of socks. That's not a bad idea.
Box of socks. What if we send out socks?
Yeah.
You got a lot of old socks that you
I
don't
do
need
love old
anymore.
socks, yeah. Like holes in them.
Huh.
It should be cheaper on shipping too in my back.
Yeah, because it'd be, yeah. So we don't, yeah, by the way, we don't ship. We just, Connor really just,
I carry them.
he carries them.
Yeah. We never, because
That's why you have so many holes in your socks.
Yeah, because I had to walk and I didn't have shoes at the time.
Yeah.
Because I was hanging out by the dumpster for my morning coffee.
Yeah.
So I would have to, walk all the way there in my socks. Now with all those socks I have that I haven't thrown away yet, I'm in a good spot.
You can repackage them. Yeah. This is recycling. We're really trying to go green also. The podcast is big on going green.
Okay.
So that's the reusing and the recycling that we've been
Yeah.
initiating. Anyway, talk about your sponsorship. What are you looking at?
Well, which camera should I be looking into?
Yeah, you're probably looking over here.
Yeah.
We are talking about doing a couple things. This is a serious thing. We've considered doing a live show, first of all, and that would help pay for a camera setup so we could eventually go video. But then we need the initial investment to do the live show, obviously.
Mhm.
It'd probably be more than the money that we have now from ad revenue. So eventually, hopefully, we'll go, and that's why we want to do the studio and the library and that sort of stuff. So we have a better camera setup than like my couch.
I don't know, that could be like homey.
Yeah, but I don't think the lighting's good enough. You can't see anything.
I don't know.
Even this room, we can get away with it if we wanted to. Okay, so
Okay.
go ahead. What's your sponsorship?
What's my sponsorship? I mean, I honestly didn't know that this podcast was sponsored for until recently. So as far as what sponsorship I would like to sponsor, I'm not sure. I need like more time to think about what I'd have you say.
You want to play the game? Should we play the game?
Let's do the game.
All right, we're going to play
I
the
like
game. The game is called Questions or Answers. Jason, you want to go first? Connor's kind of already answered some of these questions.
I'm
The
a
game's,
VIP guest.
do you remember the game, Connor?
Yeah. It's questions or answers.
Yeah, so basically it's like there are a lot of like shorter questions, yes or no, this or that types of questions, right? So don't think too hard. There's no wrong answers or right answers, really. They're just answers or questions. All right. Let's see. So a lot of these have already been planned to be. Did some last week. Okay. Hardwood or carpet?
Hardwood.
Hardwood. Why?
It's fancier.
It's fancier. You can always put a rug down on hardwood, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Carpet,
Yeah,
you're
on
kind of
carpet, you're stuck. Spills, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Connor always walks around with like a big bowl of tomato juice,
Yeah.
tomato soup as well. Yeah, so-
I two bowls at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do
Yes,
that.
tomato juicy and tomato soup.
Yeah.
That's one of my weird hobbies. I don't know. I still don't get why I do that, but I do.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Big bowls,
I don't
too.
even
Is
know.
it
Small
What,
bowls.
huh?
Lycopene?
Yeah,
Something
I
like
don't
that?
even know what
Lycopene's
you're getting
pretty
out of it.
healthy.
What do you get in tomatoes?
Lycopene.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's the only nutritional value.
Well, it's
There's
like
other
the
stuff, too.
it's like the best source of lycopene. I
There's
think
gotta
I'm
be-
saying that wrong.
There's got to
Those
be other
lycopene?
stuff.
Well, surely, yeah. There's probably vitamins. Other
Yeah,
stuff.
what are the vitamins?
A,
Does
C,
anyone know
D,
that? B, C?
D?
Probably not C.
Well, not C.
K?
It's citrusy, isn't it?
No, it's not really.
Well, it's
K,
kind of.
probably K. I was, if I had to guess, probably B, B6, and K or E, maybe. Okay, anyway. Door handle on the left or right?
It depends which way the door swings.
That's part of the question.
Well, okay, on the right, because I'm right-handed, and it's shorter distance for my arm to reach.
So if the door handle's on the right side, you reach for it with your right hand?
Yeah.
Do you actually?
Why wouldn't I? Like, am I, like, opening it up like I'm showing, I don't know.
Well, go open this door.
That handle's on the left.
But on the other side, it's on the right.
See, that's why I said it depends which way the door swings.
I'm just asking which one you prefer. Okay, go open this door then on this side. If it's on the left, you use your left hand or your right hand?
I'd use my left hand. And I can't go do it now organically because I'm going to have it in
You're
my
going to
mind.
think about it. You know, you're
yeah.
planted that. Is whole milk just cream?
No. Whole milk is 10% fat. They take out 90%.
Is it 10? I thought it was 6% fat.
I thought it was around 6 or 7.
Okay, maybe it's 6. But yeah.
What whole milk are you? The whole milk you're getting
That's
is
what
just
I...
cream.
Just heavy cream.
That's
okay,
just cream.
That's what I know. That might be wrong. I don't know very many things. Or many correct things.
Crosswalk or sidewalk?
Sidewalk.
Are picnic tables uncomfortable?
Yes. Have you ever sat on a comfortable picnic table
No,
for
they're
like
always
longer
the worst
than
thing ever. The wood, like if it's like a wood picnic table, it's never, like the wood is never even. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always crooked or something.
And it's always either too far away from the table part or much too
What's
close.
so you can't scoot in.
Yeah.
It's also, it's not adaptable.
Yeah. And like, okay, you're at a picnic table with 3 people on one side. A big picnic, 6 people total, 3 people on each side.
3 on each side.
You're in the middle of one of those 2 groups of 3 people. Try to get out of
You're
the
not
picnic.
going anywhere.
Yeah,
You're
you are
stuck.
stuck there
You're stuck.
until the meal is over.
Yeah. Did you go to the bathroom? You can't.
You can.
You can't. Are ponytails bad for your hair?
If you pull them tight, yes.
Isn't that how ponytails work?
Well, you can have a loose ponytail.
Connor?
I mean, it's not.
It is, yeah. It's called tractional alopecia. When you pull your ponytail too tight, like a gymnast, because it pulls it out of the usually in the corners of.
Like chronically, it can't. Like, over time, it can't be good.
Yeah.
Hot tub or hot bath?
Hot bath.
They're both kind of gross.
Yeah, I was thinking, but I put a hot tub. I'm normally with other people,
I mean,
and that's
when
more
Connor does
gross.
hot baths, he's with other people.
With you?
Depends on the-
No. This
With
is a business
Blake?
relationship. I mean, I can't speak for Blake, but
I also can't speak for Blake.
yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta get him on. We gotta call him while he's at the game. Is it okay to go to a restaurant alone?
Yeah,
Have you done that before recently?
not recently, but I've done it before in my life.
Or like Olive Garden? Can you go to Olive Garden alone?
Ooh, yeah.
I'm not talking about like KFC.
That's what I thought of when you asked the question.
Yeah.
But
Because
so
if you're going to McDonald's, like, okay, you can do that alone. Right?
I think if you're old, you can go to any restaurant you want alone. You have to be like above 70 years old.
Above 70? But like, okay, but what about people our age? Because I saw a guy, when I was in California, I saw a guy who went to Chili's, and this guy was probably 30s, mid-30s.
See, even then, I'm gonna say it's okay because they might be on business. They might not
He
want
seemed
to
like on business, yes.
Yeah, you might not want to go to a KFC. You might want to have a nice kind of sit-down meal, but you're obviously not going to know anyone.
But Chili's, why is that the one you choose? Like, it's kind of more of a family restaurant, I think, was the weird part.
I mean, maybe he is familiar with Chili's. There's something that he likes on the menu.
It's Chili's, it just kind of has whatever.
Yeah, I mean, people like things. Like
People do like things.
I mean, maybe he goes to Chili's back home with his lovely fiance, and
Didn't ever ring. I'm just kidding.
I was like, "Why were you checking out his ring finger, Daniel?"
I was not joking.
Whoa, Connor.
Whoa.
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 Sorry, go on with the...
I'm just saying that you're judging this guy who's just trying to relax after his long business day, and he doesn't deserve that. And to that man, Mark, I'm going to call him Mark. I
Because
think
he's the Mark.
Daniel owes you an apology
Maybe
because
I'll
he's
send him a
definitely a
letter.
listener, right?
A listener?
A listener to the podcast, right?
Yeah, probably. Mark? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark.
So send him a.
I should have handed him a
rock
flyer. I should have walked
stocks.
over and be like, you look lonely. You want to listen to a couple... What was this here? Okay. Drops or Jupiter?
What's drops?
That's just the question. Drops or Jupiter?
Jupiter, because I don't know what drops. Unlike like
Oh,
drops
Well,
of
it's
water.
referencing the band Drops of Jupiter.
It's not
I
the
think it's
band,
the
it's the song. It's the
Oh,
song.
Oh.
by Train.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a band. I don't know. Why I said
Oh,
That's
that. Which is a good song, but I'm gonna go with
Drops or Jupiter?
I'm gonna go with Drops. I'm gonna go with Drops.
Okay. No one, don't feel bad. No one is. I don't think anyone's gotten that. Except that's like 3 or 4 people. Everyone's always like, "What is that?"
because the reference isn't as
If you're
popular.
yeah, you would have to be
you have to
thinking
be
of the song.
You
or
have, you
something.
or at least train.
Or a train fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be a train fan. I'm not even a big fan of either. I think I just heard the song on the radio, like.
As you were
not
writing
the
this
radio,
list?
Not the radio, but like I heard it at some point, maybe an ad or something. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh. No, I write this list just kind of as I go.
Okay.
Like I'll just walk down the sidewalk and I'll think of something. Drops of Jupiter. Peas or peanuts?
Peanuts. They're tastier, but I still do like peas.
But with no salt on either, because salt adds flavor to both.
That's ooh okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't really eat either without no. Yeah.
I say if there's no salt, if no salt is allowed, I'm gonna go with peas because they actually have more of a natural earthy flavor. Whereas peanuts, even though they are from the earth,
Literally from the earth. Yeah.
they're kind of gross by themselves. They taste kind of burnt.
Are boneless wings just chicken nuggets?
Yes. Boneless wings don't exist. The wing has to have the bone. That's literally the part of the chicken. If they're giving you
Just taking,
boneless
like-
wings, they're taking a thigh meat or breast meat.
Is it? Yeah. Is it taking wing meat?
No.
And
No, it's taking
It's
other
just
meat.
taking breast meat, probably,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, probably breast meat.
Probably just breast meat. Yeah. Okay. Boneless or bone in?
Bone in.
So you prefer bone in?
Yeah. And I mean, there's all the theories that the bone adds more flavor to things, and you obviously use it to make broth and whatnot. I don't know how much of that is true, but from an engineering perspective, the bone does help regulate cooking, so things can cook a little bit more.
Are you like a dog? You like to get to the bone
Yeah.
marrow?
Or no, like things will cook a little bit more unevenly when the bone is in, because the bone kind of acts as resistance to the heat. And so that kind of gives you a little bit more leeway for one part might be overcooked, but you're still going to have that juicy little medium rare closer to the bone.
Connor?
It depends, because if I'm really hungry, like
Which is like 95% of the time.
94 now.
Okay.
I'm getting a little older.
Yeah.
But boneless, I'll go with boneless just because you can eat a lot of them really quickly.
Mm.
But if I'm feeling like authentic, I'll go with bone.
Bone in is much more work.
Hmm.
You gotta put the work in.
And that obviously detracts from the total number of calories you're getting from the meal.
It does. It does. I didn't consider that part. I was just talking about being lazy. Cream or sugar?
Cream. I don't do any sugar in my coffee.
It's 10%, right? Are you? I can't answer that one.
No, you have to ask it.
It's like a reference to last week's episode.
Okay.
Are you a cougar or a peacock?
Connor,
Yeah.
what was last week's episode?
I didn't listen to that. So I have no clue.
well, at the time of this recording, it came out 12 hours ago. But
That's why on the notification it said that it was live, or like you got a new upload 11
Yeah.
hours ago.
are you a cougar or a peacock?
I'm gonna say cougar because I'm from Washington State and I rooted for the Washington State Cougars.
Okay. That's not really what the question was getting at. But,
Again, I didn't listen to the
AC
podcast.
or DC?
DC. Unless I'm traveling over long distances,
Yeah.
then I need the
You
AC.
need the AC. Do you have nightmares?
No, I actually don't dream that much. Do people normally?
Well, you probably dream. You don't remember.
Right. I don't remember. Do people usually add like background into their answer when they do these, or do they just answer the questions?
No, people usually. The point of
Okay.
the game is to spark conversation. So you're actually playing it very well.
Thank
Good job.
you.
Yeah. You get a grade at the end. We'll send that out in the mail with your transcript. Is the TSA effective?
No. It's just like not even close.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey,
that's a
what's
whole
your
podcast.
TSA horror story?
TSA horror story?
Yeah, like have you ever had a confrontation with the TSA?
Not personally. I haven't had that bad of an experience. I hate lines in general.
You would not make a very good British person.
Yeah. It's also, the airport is like the epitome of lines, right? You're rushing to get through one line just so you can get to the next one. That's the whole point of an airport.
Yeah.
Is a plane just a line in the sky
It
with
is.
everyone
You're just
facing
waiting.
in
You're
the
just
same
waiting in line
direction?
to get to the. And if you have luggage, what are you doing? You're waiting in line to your luggage.
Mm-hmm. Connor, do you have a TSA horror story?
Yeah, I do. There was one time when my late grandfather, he was just packing a whole bunch of
Earl?
stuff for me, huh?
Earl?
Earl, yeah, if you knew him back in World War II. Yeah, he packed a whole bunch of like just antiques and stuff in my bag because he was moving to a new house. And so I didn't care. I was like, okay, just put whatever you want in. And so we get in, we just go through security, and then the TSA agent, like, they pull me back to the side, and like, sir, would you like to surrender your gun? And like loud, and everyone like turned to look at me, and I was like, oh, this isn't good. I was
And
like,
you were nervous because you're white.
I was nervous when I was also in like 8th grade, and so I was
Oh,
like,
you were
my
in
God,
8th grade?
yeah. And so the embarrassment about 30 people and all the TSA agents looking at me was not too fun, and I was like,
I assume it was like an older.
It was an old toy like cap gun, and once they took it out, it was full metal. It was like from the 50s, like an old like 50s cap gun.
Oh, so it was a toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they were like, oh yeah, whatever.
They let you keep it?
No, I had to check it still.
But like, they didn't confiscate it?
No,
Oh.
I still have it.
They could have confiscated
They
it.
could have, and I would have been perfectly fine with that just to end that moment. But
Okay. Do you use the electric scooters?
I've used them a couple times. They're pretty fun. Like I definitely enjoy them. They're a little bit too expensive for daily commuting for me.
Interesting.
Because I mean, if it's $1 to start, and then with like 10 cents or something like
15? Is it 15?
10 or 15 cents or
Sure,
whatever.
you don't use it.
Which obviously, the longer you use it, the better like CapEx payback you're getting. But my commute is only like a couple minutes, and so to actually use that to commute every day doesn't make sense.
And you're probably increasing your carbon footprint by doing that.
Right. But and the podcast is going green, so I'm trying to be cognizant of that for the podcast only.
Yeah. Thank you.
But I'll use it like if we have people over from like out of state or whatever, we'll go joyriding around like the Piedmont Park in Atlanta and whatnot
What?
on the
What are you
scooters.
talking about? Who's we?
Me and my girlfriend, and if we have like our family
okay.
in
I
town.
was wondering
or,
who we was.
Yeah, so,
Like
my
the ME department? I was thinking the energy club. I
No.
was like, who are you going joyriding with?
Yeah, no, like friends and
Okay,
and
yeah,
family
that makes
and
more
whatnot.
sense.
Yeah.
Because these are, there's debate whether these are better for the environment.
I mean, they're
Or, like,
not.
They're
'cause-
not, because you're displacing walking usually,
Yeah.
or in your case, biking,
Mhm.
which is probably still better. If you include like the manufacturing of the bike and stuff,
Yeah.
which I don't know how that was, but
I don't know. It was made in Wisconsin, I think.
okay, that's not too bad.
No. So it wasn't overseas. I mean, a lot of the parts were probably made overseas, though.
Yeah.
But like it was actually assembled in Wisconsin.
But like the scooter, yeah, you're just displacing Connor when he's late to class. Well, you said you don't use them.
I use them.
Yeah.
No.
I see them being used less and less now. The
Yeah.
novelty's worn off.
Yeah, the novelty's definitely worn off. I'm sure it'll pick up again when the weather gets nicer.
Even so, last fall. Like
yeah,
in
but
August I didn't see it.
But I mean, the big peak, it was like hoverboards. I mean, the big peak of people using them.
Probably a year ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably about a year and a half ago or something. Yeah, I still see the hover. Okay. This or that?
That.
Everyone says that.
Everyone wants the next thing. You don't want to give up what you have. You want this, but you also want that. You want
Is that
something
what
new.
you tell your girlfriend?
That was good.
I like this.
That was pretty good. That was quick.
Yeah, you can find more on the Experience Podcast. Are rocking chairs bad for your back?
Are rocking chairs bad
Yeah.
for your back?
Yeah, that's the question.
Probably not. Why? Is there any?
Some of these questions, there's no reason why I'm asking them. They're just something that I thought of randomly.
I'm gonna say no. Rocking chairs are in fact better for your back
They're
than
better?
regular chairs.
Probably.
Yep. I'm willing to die on this hill.
No one's ever said that. Yeah, okay. Is fast food not quite fast enough?
How fast do you really want it to be? It's plenty fast.
But so is it not fast enough?
Like it's almost too fast.
It's too fast. You want your food slower.
Honestly, yeah.
When you go to
Because-
cookout and they bring it out in like 5 minutes, you're like, send it back. Take your time.
I mean, so if I go to a busy fast food restaurant, which I don't often do because I don't eat a ton of fast food, but if I'm on a road trip or something, I stop at a fast food restaurant, I order something and it comes out almost immediately, I knew that it was already like made or, they just threw it in a microwave or something like that. But when it takes a more...
But then that's defeating the purpose of fast food, isn't it? Then you don't want to go to a fast food
But
place.
you want to strike a good balance between quality and speed, and I feel like they have sacrificed quality to make it speedier.
Yes, because
and-
people want speed.
Right, and I'm
sometimes.
saying I don't necessarily want that
You don't
much
need
speed.
that. You're not in
I
a
don't need
rush.
that. I'm not that big of in a rush. Like I'm a patient person,
Fast food is too
but
fast.
I do need to go pretty soon. Just kidding.
If you walk by someone you know, do you say hi?
Yeah. Who doesn't?
People. There's plenty of people that said no to that question.
Like how well do I know them? Do I know them like? I mean,
The
I
question
like
is the question. That's,
I like saying hi to people. Even we were doing that when we walked over here. There was a guy who said hi to me,
yeah.
and then kept trying to talk to me, but I had to keep walking with you guys.
Yeah, he wanted to do a stop and chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you were not
I was in too
yeah.
much of a rush to do a stop
Yeah.
and chat. Sorry, Zach.
But not in too much of a rush where the fast food would have been not fast enough.
Well, I know we're on a pretty serious deadline with this podcast, right?
Yeah. Well, Connor's got separations to do.
Yeah.
All right, last question: North or South?
North.
Okay, that's the show this week. Any last comments?
That
Anyone?
went a lot faster than I thought it would.
Yeah, we're at like 37, so we're not. It's about fine.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be a drag.
I mean, I kept asking you what the topic was, and you said just talk about whatever you want. Your little questions thing, that was good, because it just got me talking.
That's the point of the game. Yeah, it's the game.
I feel like Connor didn't say a lot.
Well, I'm the tenured host,
Yeah.
the tenured previous host, so I just listen and engage conversation as need be.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I feel like most of what Connor said was Daniel doing bits about him living near a dumpster or spilling tomato juice
that's
and
probably
tomato sauce.
60% of the conversations that we have are bits. We're just trying it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like he should have contributed more.
That was let's do it over again.
We can
Let's
do it
just
over.
Yeah.
right now.
All right, hey guys, the Experience Podcast with me and someone else.
And someone else.
And someone else.
No, see, that's
That
when
was
you
worse that
say.
time.
you
He
say-
said me the first time, which
you
was
say,
the first time
Hi, I'm
anyone's-
Jason, or something, along those lines.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm Jason. I know Daniel. I know Connor.
All right, Connor, you have 3 words.
That's 3 words.